Ladies and gentlemen, oh, I got an error code. So sorry about that.
What did you just say?
I'm getting ready to go live. That's what I just said.
Oh, I
And
thought you
now
said
I'm
you just.
live.
Okay.
I got an error code and a little misunderstanding about this live stream. Welcome, welcome. My name is Eileen Smith, and if this is your first time here, I love being able to go live and connect with you. And I originally thought that I was going to be live in a couple of different places, but I'm live on YouTube, and I guess that's all that really, really matters. So, with that said, let's get into today's topic. And I want to talk to you about some of the updates that have happened in the influencer and creator uh, economy with all the different platforms. There's so many choices that we all have now of where we can go live, where we can put our content. And I just am glad that we have all these opportunities. And so the first one that I want to start off with is, believe it or not, was Chat GPT. I just want to share a little something something on Chat GPT. But hang on, let me get my ducks in a row. Oh, mm, 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 mm. Oh, okay. We're good. Yeah, I'm starting to make YouTube thumbnails inside of ChatGPT. They have this image 2.0 situation going on here now, and I made today's thumbnail in ChatGPT, and I'll share the little prompt that someone else shared with me. So, in order for me to do that, let me come back on screen and I will grab my little notes. It's a simple prompt, and of course, you can tweak this. But if you just want to start, first you just upload. You go to ChatGPT, and then you're going to click on image, right? And then you'll upload your image or whatever photo you want to have as like the basis of the thumbnail. That's the way I usually do it. I usually like to have at least have my image on the thumbnail. And if I'm talking about a product or something like that, then, I would have that image, uh, you know, instead or as well. Anyway, so it's just generate a YouTube thumbnail for me for generate a YouTube thumbnail for me for video about whatever the video is about. And then you have to say 16 by 9 aspect ratio. 16 dot dot 9 aspect ratio. So if you don't, for some reason, it'll give you a square or something. But, and if you want a square, depending upon what you're going to create the image for, just tell it to be square. And if you're making something for Instagram story or YouTube short, and you just want to have that image there that you can make part of your video so it could be sort of a thumbnail, then you would say 9 by 16 aspect ratio. So there you have it. So I see someone's here. So hey, thank you so much for joining. And um, yeah, just double checking that all systems are go. Okay, great. So that's just one little piece of news. I'm not a huge user of ChatGPT. I got to be honest with you. But when I saw that, I thought, well, why not? Why not give it a try? I can update some of my old thumbnails to see if I can get a little more juice out of the squeeze. Because I'm not the greatest when it comes to making thumbnails. Oh, and the other update is if I move my head a certain way, you can't see. See that E on that mug right there? That's my friends at Ecamm. They have now changed their branding. They kind of updated it. Instead of calling it Ecamm Live, which this is being powered by the way. Let me put it up on screen in case that's my affiliate link in case you want to check it out. Instead of Ecamm Live, I mean, for years, we always like shorten it and called it Ecamm anyway. So they're just going with Ecamm now. And I love that. I love that. I'm actually using it right now. And that's how I'm able to do a lot of the things that I'm doing, even though some of it seems like I don't know what I'm doing. But thank you to the folks at Ecamm. And so I got a couple of mugs. The little one and the bigger one actually is not a mug, it's a thermal. And shout out to Katie over at Ecamm for hooking me up. Thank you, my love. Okay, so that's another one of the updates. So already we've gone through two updates, the thumbnail update and the Ecamm. Oh, and the reason why they shortened it from Ecamm Live is because Ecamm is kind of an all-purpose recording studio. You don't have to go live on Ecamm. If you just want to use Ecamm to record your videos, and I've done it many, many times, uh, you can, in fact, that's the main tool that I would use if I was going to record anything. You know, I've been an Ecamm user, I want to say 6 years, maybe more, but from the beginning of when they had this particular product. I used to have something which they don't have anymore, but it was Ecamm Call Recorder. And I remember when I first started podcasting, you know, I was only on PCs then. I hadn't even had a Mac. I didn't even have an iPhone. I had a Samsung. You know, we're going way back, 2009, 2000, way back. Okay. And all the podcasters, all the cool podcasters used to always talk about Ecamm Call Recorder. It's the greatest thing for recording your podcast. You know, it was nothing like the landscape of podcast recording things that are. So I wanted to get a Mac just so I could use Ecamm Call Recorder, but ironically, I actually never ended up using it because I don't even remember what I used when I first started doing my podcast. Oh, I just went live. I just went live back in those days. You could just go live. You didn't have any bells and whistles. You weren't able to, you know, you would just go live natively on whatever platform. And you know, it was Google Plus when I first started going live. Whew, I went back down memory lane, and I didn't really mean to do that because I'm going to talk about news and updates. So anyway, Ecamm is the software you need to go live as well as to record videos on a Mac. Only works with Mac. And if I didn't say that before, it was very important that I bring that up. Okay, so let me look at my notes here. That means I have to close that window out, open this one up. And so the next thing that I want to talk about is Amazon. I want to talk about a great little update that they made. Now, I'm not going to screen share anything for this. I will kind of tell you some of the things that they have on the page because I'm not sure if this is confidential or not. So, and it's not that serious. It's just, it doesn't even have any images on this page. So, so it's no big deal. Now, this one I do have to give you a little bit of context. 4 years ever since Amazon started the influencer program. The difference between an influencer and an Amazon associate was the fact that as influencers, we had access to a storefront, which means we could upload videos and photos. And as time went on, they added things like ideas lists and collages and media lists and all those kinds of things that influencers only could have on their storefront. And we also could have curations. Well, Amazon just changed that. And I don't know that it's officially that they have combined the two programs, but right now, if you become an Amazon associate, and as long as you make the minimum required threshold of, I believe it's three sales in 180 days. As long as you make three sales within 180 days. Well, you need to do that anyway in order to maintain being an associate. And you will also be granted a storefront. So it's a great thing. I think it's going to end a lot of confusion about what's the difference between an associate and an influencer, because we're kind of all it's all the same now. Now I will say what's different, and I see there's a couple people here. Well, just say hi in the chat and let me know you're there. And I'll put a little message in there for you. So there. And so here's the difference that I'm not sure if this part has changed or not. And that is the requirement to get in. When you apply as an associate, they used to look and make sure you have a blog, and they kind of try to determine how much traffic you have. And I don't know that. Wait a second. That little comment that I thought I made, I don't know if it went in there. I'm going to have to do it again. Oh, it didn't go the first time. Okay, there, all right. All right, because I see it now. And it just says, hello, beautiful people. Hello. Okay, so they looked at your blog, and I don't think they even cared about whether or not you had a social presence so much. I believe that from what I can remember, because I joined the program years and years ago, and things change, just like these changes that I'm going to be talking about today. Um, the blog was the main thing, but to be an influencer, you needed to have like active social media. They wanted you to have YouTube or a Facebook page, or I guess you could have a Facebook profile too, an Instagram or a TikTok, and just maybe within the last 6 months they added Pinterest. So you could have those things. Nothing about you having a website or a blog. Okay. So I don't know if that's going to change, because in my mind, I don't see the point of just having that one little stipulation that you have to have a website if you're an associate, and all those other things if you're an influencer. It's kind of, things are different now. Things are different now. Like, pretty much, even if you do have a website, you need to have social media anyway. uh, I don't know how else you're going to get traffic unless you're just going to be buying ads to get traffic, you know. But anywho, that's the update. The update is that associates now will have storefronts. And I guess it's after they make those three qualifying sales. They're not really all that clear about the specifics of how that's going to work, but pretty much that's my best guess. All right. And also, Amazon announced integrations with other platforms to help you get your associates and affiliates, uh, influencer links out there. They're all just affiliate link. I'll call them affiliate links. All right, so we don't get confused with the terminology. Your Amazon affiliate links, or in order to promote content that's on Amazon, they uh, added two new platform integrations, and the first one being Meta, which would be your Facebook, and uh, this will apply to your page, or I guess folks that have the professional profile is what is really geared to. Because I think with the page, you already could do this anyway. But now, when you post a reel, and I believe this is only on the Facebook side, not Instagram. When you post a reel, there's going to be a shopping sticker. You can in- make this integration between your Facebook and Amazon, and Facebook will put a shopping sticker over your reel so that as somebody's watching your reel, all they have to do is tap on that sticker and it will take them to Amazon with your ID so that you would get credit, and yeah, it would be it would be a sale commission for you and an offsite at that. Okay, so they also did the same or something very similar with Pinterest, where they're making it easier for you to link products when you upload a pin. You can tag products from Amazon, and you once you integrate your Amazon account, not your customer account, because you can also integrate your customer account, but I'm not talking about your customer account. Your Amazon influencer account, which we just discussed, is probably the same as associates. It's gonna show up on your Pinterest for one thing, as you're gonna have that in your profile. And let me show you that real quick because I don't think I showed you that before. So I'm just gonna go to Pinterest.com/Eileen. I'm Eileen Smith in most places, but on Pinterest and on Twitter and on Instagram, I'm just Eileen. So here on my profile on Pinterest, you'll see that it has my blog. The blog that I have linked is theanchorshow.com. And then my Instagram, you see the Instagram logo there and my name. If I click on that, of course, it'll go to Instagram. And then you see that little symbol that symbolizes Amazon. Matter of fact, let me zoom in a little bit, make that a little bit bigger. So you can see that that little arrow that indicates Amazon, and then it has Eileen Smith. Okay, so that will take you right over to my storefront. Okay, and by the way, I have some really good Mother's Day gift ideas over there, as well as I curate every single day and make sure that there's uh, sale items here in this trending deals ideas list, just so you know. So if you want to go over there, if you want to go over to my Amazon storefront, and by the way, as an Amazon associate, I earn commission on qualified purchases. Oh, you have to say that. You know, I don't want the FTC coming down on me. So I'm typing that in as a comment, and then I'll put that up on screen. There. It's so puny. I gotta fix my comments. I do have other overlays, but that look a whole lot better, as you saw earlier when I did the one with Ecamm. Okay, so there's that. All right. And so we got the Pinterest integration. I talked about the Facebook integration. Oh, let's see what's next on my list. Okay, we're gonna switch gears here and talk about a different creator program. And this one is up and coming. And it just started recently, but it got my attention because they actually partnered with Mr. Beast to really like make a splash and launch this program. And it is Lowe's. Hashtag Lowe's partner, because I am a partner. I'll show you that as well. But and what I just put in the chat though was the link for you to apply. Yes, your girl is hooking you up with the link to apply for the Lowe's Creator Program. And I highly recommend that you do it. And if you're already using something like Amazon, you'll notice that on the Lowe's program, the commissions are very sweet. They're a lot sweeter. Also, the other thing that you'll see is that because it's a newer program and they're up and coming, Lowe's still has uh, their dashboards and things are not as sophisticated as Amazon's in some ways. But because they're smaller, like their team is probably a lot smaller. I'm not going to speak on whether how much money they make or any of that. But this is only U.S. based though. I think I do need to stress that. I don't think they're international. They're just U.S. I don't even think that Canada is included in the program. But it's easier for them to make change. They rolled out a couple of changes. For example, just recently they rolled out the change where they have the little toolbar up at the top. So you can combine your Lowe's, let's say you're already a Lowe's shopper. You apply for the program, you get approved, and so now you have a Lowe's creator. Well, you can combine those, you can link those two accounts now. Which it seems like, if you're on Amazon, you're probably like, well, we always were able to do that on Amazon. But this is something that they just set up recently. And sometimes I don't think these things are ready to go in the beginning, but after the program has kind of like proved its worth, or after it's been around for a while, the developers have so many things that they have to address. And so one of the things that they finally addressed is combining your shopper account with your creator account. And I'm just going to pop my Lowe's storefront link in the chat, and we'll also just take a look at it. Okay, so here's that link. And so since we're here, I might as well take the time now to change how that looks, because I know it's probably getting on somebody else's nerves besides just mine. Okay, let's see. Yeah, you can read things now. So I'll go back. I'll go back to another comment that I made. And yeah, it looks better when it's a little bit bigger. You can read it. All right, so let's go there. First, I gotta open it up. Hang on, Snoopy. All right. So this is my storefront, and they have this video featured up at the top, and that's a video that I uploaded just the other day. And I've got to get more videos up there, but mostly we're building out collections. And some of the collections that I have are about outdoor living, decor, and for lawn care pros. Y'all know my guy, Mr. Rodney, is a lawn care pro. And so I had to have a lawn care pros. And then one that I just named So Fresh and So Clean, but I have, like appliances and things in there. So yeah, don't know. I think those are the only three that I have for right now. Yeah, but absolutely love it. Absolutely love the program. I'm excited about it. I do have a Lowe's in my area that I could go to, and I went and checked out. They have the most gorgeous patio, outdoor furniture, and all that kind of stuff, and of course garden stuff. And then of course I go down the tools aisle as well, because I'm I like that kind of stuff. So yeah, all right, so let's see what else we got going on over here. Let's go back to my list. All right, so let's see. The next one I want to talk about is Walmart. Walmart is doing some great things with their program as well. And by the way, if you have signed up to be a Walmart creator, or if you are a Walmart creator, I highly recommend you also sign up for Sam's Club creator. Just Google it. I don't have a link for y'all right now. I'm sorry. It's not that serious. Just Google it. Walmart Creator Program. Sam's Club Creator Program. That's all. And the reason why I recommend it is I think they sent me an email and told me to apply. And once I apply for, because I already have my Walmart, I've had my Walmart for a little over a year. And so they sent me an email about Sam's, and I didn't realize this until after I did it. So I applied because I love me some Sam's Club. Okay, I got it. Let's just do a little testimonial here right now. I go to Sam's Club at least 3 times a month. At least. It's where I get all my essentials and clothes. Nothing that I have on today, by the way, but yes. Um, Toilet paper, paper towels, paper plates, all that kind of stuff I get from Sam's. And y'all know about the Sam's chickens, right? The $5 rotisserie chicken, which is probably like one of the best food deals in the world because you get a rotisserie chicken. You can't even buy an uncooked chicken for $5. And this one is cooked. You don't have to go home and, season it up. And how many people got rotisserie at home? Nobody. Um, but even if you did, you still had to cook it. So the fact that they have, and it has been this price, this $5 price, I'll say 20 years, but I actually think it's been longer than that. So just based on that and all the rotisserie chickens that I've had in those years, Sam's Club is one of my favorite places in the world to go shop. And I'm in and out. Normally I have my list, and I also get delivery sometimes, especially if like the weather's bad, or if I'm just so busy, and I usually save the delivery for a time when I know I need a lot of things, that it makes it worthwhile, because you pay a tip or whatever. And so I'm not going to just order a delivery just because I need some toilet paper. It's got to be like, I need this, and I got to get some water because I get my water from there. Just a whole lot of stuff. So once I applied for the Sam's Club, which of course I did immediately, and I think they took maybe 24 to 48 hours to approve me. I don't think I was approved instantly, but they approved me. And then when I logged in, it picked up all my information from Walmart. So, like normally you have to type in your YouTube channel and your Instagram and your TikTok, and nope, it was already there. And I know that it came from Walmart because also the banner that was at the top, like my profile banner, an image that I made in Canva, I don't know how many eons ago, and that was there as well. So it's it's sort of combined, but actually there is a separate dashboard and a separate login. So yeah, Walmart, Sam's Club go hand in hand, like but I like Walmart, but I definitely shop much more on Sam's Club. That's just that's just me. And sometimes I buy stuff that is like for a family of five, but it's like that's okay. I'll just have it for a long time. I That's just my thing. And usually when I compare prices, I compare between Sam's Club. And so Sam's Club did a wonderful thing by introducing their own label, which is Members Mark. And by introducing their own label, that is also another great thing that I like about them, because it's comparable. Let's just say, for example, I'll give you one the things that I love that I use all the time, and that's the paper towels. Because I used to swear by some Viva paper towels, honey. Ooh, I think I saw something on America's Test Kitchen or whatever one time, and they were saying how you don't get as many paper towels and all that stuff. I was like, what? All these years I've been loving Viva. This was years and years and years ago, because since then I switched. I think originally I switched to something like Bounty, and I used that for a little while, and then I just went and said, let me just try the Sam's member mark, brand of paper towels, and I can tell you right now, I got 2 cases of them. Right? Yeah, love me some Sam's Club. So there you have it. And Walmart, let's go back to Walmart really quickly. Walmart is doing a similar, uh, they're a little bit ahead of Lowe's, but they're on a similar path of being more and more sophisticated with their dashboard, adding more features to the dashboard so creators can know a little bit more about what it is they're promoting, what their commission rate is going to be. And, they have these collabs, which are similar to creator connections. And uh, they're, they are moving at a fast pace, and so I assume that Sam's Club is going to be right behind them. But they're still a little ahead of Lowe's, but Lowe's is catching up too. So it's almost like Amazon is here, and then Walmart is catching up with Amazon, and they're bringing Sam's Club along with them. And then Lowe's is like, wait, don't forget about us. And so I'm sure there's other programs out there with these big box retailers, but I will tell you, if you were a Target creator and if you didn't get the news yet, Target is closing down their creator program. Okay, and so yeah, there's that. So I don't know what the deal is with Home Depot. I don't know if they have a creator program or not. But if you are a fan of Home Depot, I want you to look into it. Look into see if they have a creator program, and maybe even compare it to Lowe's and see which one offers better commissions, because they really have similar products. You know, um, Lowe's. I love that Lowe's has their own line of um, I think the tools are called Cobalt with a K, and they have, I believe it's called Allen and Roth. Hang on, let me look at some of the stuff that I have on my storefront. When it comes to furniture and things like that. So yeah, I love all of these brands, making sure that we as creators and influencers are all taken care of. And let's see if I can remember the name of that brand that they have. There's a few of Lowe's brands, but there's a specific one that I wanted to make sure I mentioned to you. It's called Allen and Roth. So I was right, but it's Allen plus with the plus symbol Roth. So for example, let me make this bigger before I even screen share it. There is a on one of my collections over there. There is a this Stainmaster jute style woven rug, and it's from Allen and Roth. So let's click on it so you can see it here. See Allen and Roth. So that's a Lowe's brand. And so this rug, which has great ratings here, it's an outdoor rug. So that's fantastic. And it comes in a few different sizes here as well. And I don't think I can play that video, so I'm not going to try it. And so I think this is great for as an outdoor rug. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So there you go, the Allen and Roth outdoor rug. In fact, if you want it, if you want to get that rug, I am going to put that link in the chat, or if you want to explore some of the other outdoor living things that they have at Lowe's, there you go. And I, like I said, I enjoy the program. I enjoy um, the fact that we have options, and we can offer to customers and shoppers different options. So, one of the things that I want to mention, um, there was one little update by this platform, but I do want to mention to you about my LTK. I know, y'all heard me talking about LTK before, but it's one of the places where I'm very active, and so I would love for you to follow me over there. And this is where I do post a lot of fashion and also home lifestyle type content. So first, let me put that up. It's Eileen.link/LTK. ILEANE.link/LTK. And LTK is unique in that you can post content there. It's almost like the Amazon storefront, but what's different is there's so many brands in this world that are not Amazon. And you kind of like, when you're in the Amazon ecosystem, you kind of forget that. So, as a matter of fact, here's just an idea. This row up at the top are like some of the things that I posted that are trending, meaning that a lot of people are giving it some attention and it's getting clicks. And then you can make collections over there as well. I'm not going to go into those. But then I pinned my most viewed ones. I pinned them. See the little pin there? And then the rest is just chronological. And I love that, you know, you have that chronological feed that you can go through. See, I'm talking about one of my favorite frying pans here. And I'm talking about my Sam's Club's haul. I'm talking about some hiking shoes that Mr. Rodney has that he uses when he's doing his lawns. I talk about tech. You know, there's a wide range of fashion. This is one of the tops that is doing so well for me. This one over here, this burgundy. It is doing so well for me over on Amazon. So let me just show you what happens when you click on. I want to click on one that I know has a lot of things tagged. So this one here is also doing very well for me. So see all these items that I have tagged here? These are just showing you all the things that I'm wearing and or using. Like I have the microphone tag because I'm using the microphone. And in some cases, I will tag something that's similar. Like, for example, this bracelet that I have here. Someone gave that to me a long, long, long time ago. It's not for sale anywhere. But here's one that's very similar. And it's to give you ideas. So I'm putting together this outfit. If you want to get the same exact items, then you would click. So if you like these jeans, I'm talking about how stretchy the jeans are, they just so happen to be Amazon. So you could go to Amazon and get them. But at the same time, let's see, where did, that's also Amazon. Sorry. I wanted to show you one that was Amazon. Hang on. I think this one, which is this lip glowy, but I'm always talking about this stuff, guys. I wear it. This is what I wear. I'm not really a makeup person. I do have on makeup today. Full disclosure, I have on makeup today. But I don't normally wear makeup. And it's funny because let me come back on camera so you can see what I mean. It's funny because I actually have on my mascara, and I rarely, in fact, I opened up two mascaras because the first one I opened up had dried out and had to throw it away. That's how rare it is that I use mascara. But because I have on the mascara, this is how funny makeup is. Mr. Rodney said, "Did you get your eyebrows tweezed?" Or "Did you get your eyebrows plucked?" I forget if he used the word tweezed or plucked. And I'm like, I do that to my eyebrows all the time. But I don't have any brow pencil on or anything like that. But because of the mascara, that's what made him notice my eyebrows. Makeup can play tricks on people's minds. Thank God for that. It plays the right tricks on the right minds. But anyway, my point is, I don't normally wear makeup, okay? But I will put on that lip dewy balm from Laneige. It's called, I'm sorry, lip glowy balm. Lip glowy balm, and the one I like is in berry, but they have it in a bunch of different colors that you just saw. And believe me, I'll tag this video. I'm definitely going to tag that. So just so you mix and match. You don't have to just tag just Amazon. And in fact, there are a lot of creators on LTK that don't even tag Amazon. That's Amazon's just not even in their wheelhouse. So, oh, as a matter of fact, let's go back to so one more I want to show you is a collage that I made. And I made this collage with Canva, of course, and all these products were available at Lowe's. So I think, oh, there's that rug again, the Allen and Roth rug that I told you about. And here's another Allen and Roth product for your outdoor living. So if you're, isn't this the cutest fire pit? Look at that. It's on sale right now. So it ends on May the 31st. It ends on May the 31st. Now, when I went into the store, I got to be honest, I didn't see this in the store. But I wasn't in the aisle looking for it because, there was so much to look at. And so much to look at. I didn't make it over there to the fire pits area. So let's see. So I wanted to make sure I brought the LTK to your attention. If you are a creator and you want to start using LTK, what you need to do, you need to get in touch with me because in order for me to refer you, I need your email address. Okay? And so don't comment and leave your email address on YouTube. I'm not suggesting that. Find a way to contact me. I have over on the Anchor Show. I have all kinds of ways that you can contact me. Let's go over here, and you'll see. Mm-hmm. Yes, I thought I had a bunch of ways. Hold on, Snoopy. Um, oh, here's the contact page. Okay, you can get in touch with me on my contact page. Fill out this form here. I'm going to put that link in the chat. And also, I thought I had a speak pipe there, but maybe I got rid of it. The little speak pipe bubble doesn't seem to be showing up there. So, and there's a couple other of my links and icons down here at the bottom. What's this link to? Oh, it's links to my link tree. But I thought I had my SpeakPipe. So I believe my SpeakPipe is speakpipe.com/Eileen. But hang on, let me come on screen and then I'll check it out. I'm not sure why. Somebody must have left me some spam. And oh, I know what it was. Yeah, people used to always want me to let them guest post on my blog, and I don't do guest post. It's like, really? I don't do guest posts. But I'll tell you, because if you're listening this long into this video and you want to try LTK out for yourself, you can leave me a voicemail, and then I can then that way I will have your email address. Because in order for you to do the voicemail, you have to enter your email address, and then I can, we can communicate. So this is my send a voice message to Miss Eileen on SpeakPipe. So it's speakpipe.com/Eileen. Okay. So, I love, love, love hearing from you. I love chatting with you. I love seeing you on my live streams. I love seeing your uh, comments when you watch the replay. So do that for me as well. And I have so many other updates and things to share with you. So, what I want you to do is leave a comment and let me know if there's a platform that you want to know more about. If there is a question that you've had and you're like, I wonder how this works. I see people using it. For example, YouTube shopping. I will have some of these items that we talked about today, especially the ones from Lowe's. I will have them tagged on this video with the YouTube shopping features. And so I highly recommend people to use YouTube shopping because they kept dropping down the threshold to make it easier and easier and get more of YouTube content creators into the program. So now you only need to have the 500 subscribers. It used to be 20,000, and then they dropped it to 10,000. Then they dropped it to 5,000. Then they dropped it to 1,000. Now it's 500 because you got to be in a YouTube partner program, and that is the threshold for the YouTube partner program. So if you're sitting there saying, "But I only got 18 subscribers," yeah, but keep at it, and it's YouTube is something that you want to have in your portfolio if you're a content creator. You want to have YouTube under your belt. You want to be able to point people to a place that they're familiar with, where they can consume your content, where they can get to know you, where they can get to know your value, and they can see how you are on camera. And this is why I like to go live, because I want people to see that, yeah, she could just talk off the dome and she could just go on for an hour by herself. That's fine. It won't be the first time and it won't be the last, because I've been doing this for a long, long time. And that's okay. It's all right, because I know that whenever someone watches this, or if I, chop this up into little pieces and put them out as shorts or Instagram stories or whatever, there's always going to be some value that I am sharing with people that need the information. People, like, everybody can't be as focused on this whole content creator and influencer economy like I am. Like, for example, and I've mentioned this before, and I think the last time I started talking about this, I got distracted and I never finished. I am an ambassador for Logie. And Logie is a platform that initially started with Amazon and Amazon influencers, and they are now branching out. They're in the process of making some updates to the platform. So I want you to know that every Friday we have these think tank sessions where I am one of the leaders of one of the sessions because there's two sessions, right? So Altovise Pelzer, she's Altovise Unmuted on social media, and myself, we both will lead a session on Fridays. So there's a 12 o'clock session and a 2 p.m. session. Now, these times may change. If you're saying to yourself right now, oh, Fridays is not good for me, I can't do that, I'm at work, or uh, uh, I don't know about Fridays. Don't worry, because we've been talking about it behind the scenes, and we may also change those dates. And so make it more convenient for the people that can't come on Fridays. So that may be coming down the pike as well. However, those replays are always posted on YouTube. And if you look at my collaborations here on YouTube, you will see them, the ones where I was leading the session. So on Fridays, there's a session. So I study these changes and these updates all the time because I want to make sure that I'm bringing fresh content and content ideas and strategies to my fellow Logies. I'll call them Logies. And even the folks that are there live, it could be anywhere from 20 to 40 people that are on the live session. And they also bring in their thoughts and their experience and their strategies, which is why I like to call it a think tank. Because although I may be leading or sort of moderating the session, or same way with Altovis, the other people in the community are always sharing their feedback. It's constant. Sometimes I can't even keep up with all the chat that is just constantly coming in with people's feedback and their experiences. And we all come from different kinds of backgrounds, and we're all promoting different types of products and things. And so it's a great melting pot of content creators and ideas, and we all push each other forward with our strategies. So I welcome you to join Logie, and by now you might know that it would be Eileen.link. Say it with me, class. / Logie, Logie. Let's make sure we get the AI, because sometimes the AI doesn't know how to spell Logie. So listen to me. It's Logie. Okay, so check out Logie. And also, if you are a brand, if you're listening to this and you're a brand, you have products that you want to get out there uh, from influencers, sign up for Logie. Use that same link and sign up for Logie, and that would be my affiliate link. As far as content creators go, there's no really affiliate or referral or anything like that, but you would skip the wait list if you use that link. But as a brand, because brands can make different packages with Logie to have, to get their product out there. I will let Ehud Segav or Stas Ive, who are the co-founders, talk to brands about what the Logie platform can do for brands. But I will say the products that I've received And most of the folks that I talk to all the time on these sessions, they are making content, not just videos, but they're doing that and posting them on Amazon, but they're also sharing them on all these different social media platforms, and which is why I like to be knowledgeable about them, so that if any of the Logies have questions, they can come and say, "Well, wait, how does that work on Pinterest?" Or how does do you have this Facebook integration? All those things. I want to be able to answer those questions. And I realize that I'm not really sharing them that much with you guys because I'm so focused on learning all this stuff. So today, that's why I decided that I would just come on, give you little updates, tell you just the highlights. I mean, seriously, just scraping the surface of all the things that are going on. And my wish for you is that you take at least action on at least one of the things that I shared with you today. And if you're a content creator, just keep pushing. Don't get down, even if your sales are down, your affiliate sales are maybe slacking right now, there is hope. Okay, this is sometimes a slow period for sales. It just all depends upon the types of products that you are promoting. And so come to the sessions on Fridays where we share ideas, and you just don't have to hear from me for an hour. You hear from some of the top creators and some of the strategies that they're using and that they are willing to share with you for free. Don't have to buy fancy courses. Well, most of the time. And with that, I want you to have an amazing day. And as always, stay beautiful.